Okay, we're just looking at a quick look at Gilded. I'm using my phone, so therefore a bit different from the overview point of view, but it'll give you an idea on how to use the front page. So at the moment, if I just look at the front page, which is the top left-hand icon, it says Austeam Racing, and then each of these other ones will reflect what they represent. So here we've got Austeam Racing iRacing, then we've got Assetto Corsa Competizione, and of course Assetto Corsa. So if we go back up to the very top, and if I want to look at the race calendar, I can actually see all the information that relates to the calendar. And if I go to obviously December, select the 9th for example, you'll see that we've now got an entry, again using my phone, a bit different, but the idea behind that, and I've got this set for my local time, which should be the same for yourself for local times. And if I click on the actual information there, I can obviously review all the data that's related to it, also the information and posts for it as well. Top right hand side, I can change this from calendar to list, and then I can review all the lists, listed events that are coming up. Anything in red, we're trying to ensure that sits for Assetto Corsa, and anything in blue is ACC, to make life easier for everybody. Now if we come out of there and come back into the Austeam forums, same thing, click the plus sign and you can actually add an entry, and if you wish, you can actually click on one of the forum entries that are already there, read and review the information, and add a reply by hitting the plus sign at the bottom right. A lot of this is open to the public as well as the members, so we're hoping that that gets utilised for questions or anything that people want to ask. The ATR streams, sorry, that's announcements, but the ATR streams are automatically showing up when we're recording anything live or not through the Austeam YouTube channel, which is coordinated automatically to Gilded. Like to add the Twitch program as well. Now anything that you click on for overview on a computer will actually give you the information related to the events coming up, no matter which one it is, if you're registered to it. Also the announcements and forum entries of all the recent information. On the phone, obviously, as you just noticed there's nothing to give that, but on the PC it definitely does. Now, from here, we've obviously got the public chat room, which is open to all members and guests. The race calendar at the moment is just only available for our members to review and see. The forums, as we talked about already, and the announcements that we can actually provide information for. The last one, which is only put in recently, is system notifications, and I'm hoping for automatic information to be posted there when an entry's changed, or we have something move in the calendar, or a document's edited, for example. Now, if we to look at the next levels down, so I'll go down to the bottom one, which is available, but I will archive shortly. But the idea behind that is that's all to do with the ATR 1000, and obviously all the information relates around that side of things as well. If we go to iRacing, that still needs to be built up, but that's similar to what we've got in relation to the other channels. ACC has a lot more. So we've got the archives, for example, and that's talking about past results for people who have hit the podiums, through to the screen sharing, which we can do as well, and basically turning on or off that side of the screen share. Server funds, so this can only be posted by the series managers, and no replies, but it'll keep everyone informed of where things are from that point. Custom skins is just another area there that we're setting up and making available for members, and obviously the ACC standings. Mods and miscellaneous resources, again there's a fair bit of information in there, instead of it all sort of being everywhere. We're trying to coordinate this in the one place, and for example, you can click on the driver's guide to ACC and then click on the link there. It will take you to whatever that relates to. If we look at Oculus setup, which has obviously come from Discord, that's sitting in there as well. Now if we go to pit stop strategies, then there's a couple of options that are available for you, and we can actually go right through each of these and add more and more information as required. Actually, I will show the in-depth look at setups. So that again has got additional posts and information for our members to review and keep up with. Now, as you can see, my phone is pretty reasonable in the presentation of data. And from that, we've had a couple of people who've got some issues there. So I don't know if it's a firmware problem or not, but yeah, at the end of the day, this is all pretty quick in where it's going and what it's doing from our point of view. If we do go over full time to Gilded, then we will need to have a look at how we can better manage our protests to ensure that it's not made available for all drivers, but just the racing series managers. Same with ACC race stocks. We've got information there on what's required, minimum requirements and so forth. Now you'll notice that if we go back to the main channel and in members areas, for example, all the members there are listed and what their access is to. Now if you were to look at the actual area for AC, for example, and select members, then that's a bit different. So anyone in red is an ACC driver, green obviously series manager. Now if they're in here with the blue, that means they do both. So they'll do the ACC and the AC events. Now that's with all channels, and we can also see that information on the far right in respect onto who's got access to what areas. Again, going up to the main areas and screening across to the right, we can actually find out more information again. Now down the bottom, we've got a number of tabs including direct messaging, search, activity, and if we click the three dots, we can actually go through and log out or set up our own information capturing. Now, whilst everything should also come up showing what's new by the same method as Discord, by highlighting it in a bright white, calendar events will add automatically notifications in here as reminders, probably 15 minutes before the actual events, and the same with anyone who might be streaming. Going back to the bottom area, if you click on the A for activity, you can actually see what's been going on based on whatever selections you have in there. If I click on the top right, I can see I've got two filters going at the moment, and that's what those filters are. So you can actually review further down to what you want to make available for yourself. So if I get rid of replies, and I look at the last 31 to 90 days, for example, hit the X at the top left, and then that'll give me all that information. Now, furthermore, I can actually click on any of these. So I'll click on the top one. So there's been a reply to a topic. If I click on that, it'll take me to that particular topic and show me what the information is. And again, if we come out of that and we look at anything further down the bottom, we can actually search on other servers that might be available. And as mentioned, you can see how quick the phone's working for me. Now, furthermore, I've also got this area here that you can see moving, and what these are different servers. So Young Guns, for example, they're running their own information, and the reason I've jumped on here, or even the other ones, is because I'm looking at trying to understand how they're finding Gilded as an opportunity for managing what they manage. Again, I can go back up to the Austeam server. Now, in regards to the bottom left area where you've got the @ for activity, 2 over is your direct messaging, so you can click on that and you can actually direct message. To find anyone, you just click the plus sign, put in their name, and let's go with Jimbo, one of our series managers, and it'll give me who I'm trying to find. So I can just click on that, and if I want to add or make a group, I can add more people into that group and then hit the create at the top right. Remembering it's all slightly different between a PC and the phone. I'm going to hit the X and cancel out of that because I don't want to do anything there. Again, the three dots on the far right, as I say, you can set up your own information and notifications from that point. And of course, the far left one I've just highlighted there, keep clicking that, that'll take you back to the front area. And that's pretty much Gilded in a nutshell, other than the fact that the top left-hand icon, it'll actually show you, it says Austeam Racing. If we go down to the next icon, it reads as a set of course, next ACC and so on. And each of those selections or platforms are slightly different. But again, if there's any messages new in those areas and you have access to it, then that'll show you information on the icon as well as in the listing of information. Now, additional to that, I've now opened this up to allow new members to join. So there is the requirement to fill out the application form, and basically there's none there at the moment, but it'll give you an idea that we do have applications running in the same process within Gilded. So feel free, have a look around. If you do get stuck or want to know any more, then feel free to get a hold of myself or Hayden, and we'll obviously give you assistance where we can. So I hope this has been of benefit to you, and we look forward to seeing and sharing in the future.